I'm going to show how to do lab 2 here quickly. The first thing we need to do is unzip the script file. So we're going to do this command. These commands I'll put in a txt for you guys. We're going to run that. That's going to unzip everything from this directory. Everything from this directory, zip to this directory here. I'm going to just put it into admin. Then once we've unzipped it, we can run the scripts themselves. Once you start this, it's going to take like 15-20 minutes. It's going to take a while. There'll be a few prompts right at the start for password. So just password each time. And now it's going to run. This will take a while. And there might be one other prompt, but yeah, once this whole thing runs, then we'll go on to the next step. Well, actually, no, you can't run this at the same time. So actually here, this might go away in a second here, but it said no mount to P file, this spot right here. So we already have this init.ora. This is the P file we want. So we can actually go ahead and start another thing here. So while that's running, we can just leave that, and now we can go on to the next step. The second command we want to do is this one. We're going to move this file here, the scripts init.ora, and we're going to move it to this new location, manual p file init manual. This is going to rename that file, so we can run that. So that's done. And then we can go to Vim, etc ORA tab. We need to add in the directions to the actual directory. So from here, we can copy this line here, Shift Y, and then Shift O, and then P. Insert, press I, and then quiz. We'll change this to manual. And yeah, that should be fine. It's already for S, so we don't need to change anything there. And then we can do Shift ZZ to close and save. And then after this, we want to update the network stuff. So we could use the network manager. We can also just add it straight to the file itself. So we're going to open up Vim again. We're going to go to the tnsnames.ora. This is where the services names are stored. We're going to run that. Shift G, go down to the end. We'll come up here, and then we'll just copy this whole thing. So press Y, Shift G. So that yanked all of those lines. And then we can do P. That'll paste them. Then we'll do Shift R, manual equals, and then we'll go down to labs here, and we'll switch back to, we'll do lowercase here, just to be safe, because if you do it through the network manager, it goes lowercase. Yeah, and then that should be it. Shift ZZ to save and close. And that's it. It's done. So this is obviously still going. I'm just going to wait for that to finish. And then, yeah. And then we'll test it, and hopefully it works. All right. We are finished loading those scripts, so our database should be built. We are going to run into an error here, but once we get there, I'll show you how to fix it. We just have to move a file around. It's super quick. So what we want to do here is we want to be checking to see, we want to basically log in and start up the database. So to do that for the first time, because if we go to listeners, we won't have any on. So we have no services listed here. We have a listener that's active, but no listeners that are actually on services. So we basically need to connect to that. We do export Oracle underscore CID equals manual. Make sure that's lowercase, I suppose. And then we want to log in as the system admin. So sqlplus sys as SYSDBA password. And from here, we want to start up the server. Start up open. And then this is the error we have. Failure in processing system parameters. Couldn't find the initMANUAL.ora. So initially, the lab says to put this initMANUAL.ora into the pfile directory, but that's not actually the right place. We actually want it in this place here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to move the init.manual.ora. We're going to move it from the first place we put it, which is here, the pfile folder, and we're going to move it into this dbs initMANUAL.ora. So we're going to run that, and then we're going to basically do what we did before. I think we're good for that. We can log in like that. Password. Start up, open, and then it should start up just fine. Okay, so there we go. We're mounted, we're good to go. We can quit. We can go sqlplus system at manual password, and there it is. All done. That is connecting to the database, and it's good to go.